everyone, my name is David and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. Now before we begin, I would just like to tell you what happened in my morning, how my morning went. So I was supposed to do volunteer work today for like 5 hours because that's a graduation requirement and I need to get 40 hours and I already have 20, but I need to get 20 more. So I was gonna do volunteer work this morning, so I woke up at like 8 something, 8:30 maybe, 8:50, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to get up earlier because my dad is getting me at 9:30. I'm like, fuck. So then I kind of scramble to get ready. My dad gets me. We go over there, and we get there like we were supposed to be there at 10:15. We got there earlier, and we were just waiting there. And we check in. I'm like, I'm here. I'm supposed to be working for da. I'm supposed to do this, and this. I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to do because it was my stepmom that had arranged it, and it was my dad who took me, so he didn't really know, and I didn't really know. So that was a hassle in and of itself. She calls the person that I'm supposed to be working for, doesn't get a response. She texts her, doesn't get a response. So then we're just waiting there. And we're there for like basically an hour. And then about that time, we just decided to leave. So basically, I just sat there in the lobby full of old people because it was a retirement center, retirement community. We just waited there, wasted an hour of our lives. And then, so my dad takes me home. And then I'm home. And then I get a text from my stepmom saying that someone was supposed to, meet me in the lobby, but no one did. So yeah, it kind of pisses me off. I need 20 more hours. There's not a point to that rant. It's just like it bothers me that happened. Sorry, just had to get that off my chest, okay? Anyways, with that out of the way, let's just continue. I stand in an alleyway. I stand in an alleyway with Waltz, Jurin, and Karma, making sure to stay hidden in shadow as we watch the sea of people moving toward the plaza. Garland is scouting around the plaza for night's positions, and we have been waiting here for him. There are so many people. Okay, this is where we split up. Remember that we're trying to avoid needless battle. If anything should happen, fleeing is a better option. I am not a fool. I would not pick a fight that would put anyone in needless danger. I'm glad you understand. Remember, we're only here to watch and listen. I don't want us to get into a skirmish if we can avoid it. So should anything go wrong, we need you to retreat, Princess. I understand. I will not leave you all behind. I would not leave you all behind! Jaybird, this isn't the time to be stubborn. It is not about stubbornness. It is just that all I have ever done is run. I refuse to keep fleeing. I have people to protect, and I will not let them down. Running away isn't always cowardice. That may be, but sometimes there are situations that you need to face head on. This is one of those situations. Please understand, Waltz. I just don't want you to get hurt, Jaybird. I know. Look at that face I'm making. And it's basically the same face he's making. Oh my god! We can make the same facial expressions as each other. But that means we're really in love, guys. Wow. I look at Waltz, feeling at a loss. No matter what I say, he will always insist on my safety first. Because he loves you! Garland suddenly appears with a stiff frown and a stiff boner in his hands. I'm just... What? Sorry, what? Okay. Look who I found. I turned to look at Garland and then noticed the man beside him. My eyes widened at the sight of him. Fritz? Your eyes didn't look very wide when you said that. Garland pushes him and Fritz stumbles forward. He falls to his knees only a few inches away from me. You're okay. Thank goodness you're alright, Princess. I twitch at the sight of his face. There's no sign of the wicked smile that was on his face when he was under the guise of Varg. Though he looks confused, the relief in his eyes seems genuine. Are you truly Fritz, or are you Varg? Or both? Ugh! I'm the Fritz you've always known, Princess. You're a loyal knight. I raise an eyebrow. I can still remember what happened weeks ago when the mask fell from his face in the room with the tin and Verum. In that moment, I saw Fritz's face, no matter what Varg said. Varg was in league with Alcaster and Mithros. The man I saw back then was definitely Fritz, even if he never confirmed it. What are you doing here? Fritz flinches. I've been searching for you. Why? So you can take me back to Mithros, or are you here to kill me? Fritz bows low, his clenched hands trembling at his sides. I will not surrender you to Sir Mithros. My loyalty has always been to the kingdom and to you. I could never hurt you, Princess. But I don't blame you for doubting me. My father... I would have stopped him if I knew. Fritz glances up at me slowly, his expression resolute. I had just escaped yesterday when I was captured by knights. I managed to escape from them today, but only barely. Very nice. I was supposed to meet the Lucas bearer yesterday. Fritz glares, not at me, but through me, as if remembering something unpleasant. That was when I was able to take control of my body again just a few days ago. I've been searching for you, but instead found some witches who seem to be in league with the Lucius Bearer. I requested an audience with her as soon as possible because I wasn't sure how long I could keep Varg at bay. At bay, Fritz explained. About Varg? No, about this audience. Princess, this could all be some elaborate ruse of his. I have a responsibility to at least hear him out. What do you want from Parfait? I have important information about Hildur. Mother? Lady Parfait did say that her and Delora were going to meet with someone who had information on Hildur. And do you believe that the meeting was with this man? Karma turns to Fritz, clearly skeptical. That seems like it could be a coincidence. How are we to believe you? Fritz is silent for a few moments. After some time, he speaks again, more hesitantly. I know that apologizing won't change the fact that I have betrayed the princess and the kingdom. But right now, I am doing my best to right my wrongs while I still have control over my body. The knights are still searching for me as we speak, so I'll make this as brief as I can. Hildur is growing weaker. What? I haven't been myself for the past few weeks, but I still have portions of Varg's memories. I remember that she is bedridden, still being treated for wounds that she sustained during the Great War. Then she is now sick like Parfait, only Mother seems to have it worse than her. I overheard Mithras say that the crystal no longer recognizes her as its sole bearer. Parfait said something similar, but she said she could no longer feel Mother's connection with the Tin and Baron. But what Fritz just said. It seems that the crystal has seen both of you as bearers. It's stretching its energy to both of you. This might be why Hildur hasn't regained her full powers and has remained weak. Waltz stares at Fritz, eyes wide. The crystal having two bearers? I didn't think such a thing was possible. Is this why Hildur still refuses to show herself in public? Yes. The witches who used to be on her side doubt her capability to rule. None of them want to help her when she is still so weak. Mithros figures that the only way to get the crystal to fully accept Hildur is to drain the rest of your powers. That is why the palace has issued a higher bounty on your head. But Father is no longer interested in actively hunting for you. There's been a rift between him and Mithras because of this. Waltz crosses his arms, his expression thoughtful. I'm surprised Hilda hasn't disposed of Alcaster yet. If he is still alive, it means that he must still play an important role in her plans. Fritz's expression quickly morphs into something grim as he frowns down at the ground. You're right. Waltz and I exchange a look before we turn back to Fritz. Mithras plans to kill my father today. Fritz's Fritz's eyes are distant, his mouth pulled into a tight grimace. All I can do is stare at him, uncertain of what he has just told me. Hilda will show herself to the public today. She and Mithras plan to kill Father in front of an audience and hope that their fear and despair will fuel the Tenenbaum. They think fueling the Tenenbaum might make Hilda stronger. They plan to use the fear of the public to achieve their own ends. This is not good. With this many people here, the Tenenbaum might indeed see that surge of power again. Even a weakened Hilda will be difficult to fight. But we stand more of a chance against her now than we do if she fuels the Tenenbaum with negativity. Please save the kingdom, princess. Fritz looks at me imploringly. I shake my head slowly. I am confused. You betrayed us, but then you're still helping us as well. Which side are you on? The only reason why I'm working for them in the first place is because of my curse. I swear it. Fritz tries to stand up, but his knees wobble and suddenly he's down on the ground again, his hand clutching at his chest. Fritz? Oh no. No, not yet. Fritz looks at me, his pale face covered in sweat. I have no idea how long I can suffocate Varg, so please, bind me, freeze me, do whatever you can to keep me from chasing after you. I don't want to hurt anyone anymore. Fritz keels over, his forehead touching the ground. Please. Waltz. I know. Woo! Magic! Waltz snaps his fingers and a rope of light appears around Fritz's wrists, pulling him down to the ground. I furrow my eyebrows at Fritz, even as he cocks his head to look at me. Thank you. You don't have much time left. I plan to deliver my message to the vicious bearer, but I leave it in your capable hands instead. Fritz, I am sorry. I will do anything to protect my charge. Now go. Aw. Jura nods at me. Don't worry, Garland and I will keep an eye on him. Garland quickly informs us of the knights' positions around the plaza and gives us clues about where we might hide to avoid their prying eyes. After he has finished his briefing, Waltz, Carmen, and I hurry off. Father, please watch over us today. Aw. There are so many people here. They have no idea that this seemingly harmless speech will be the start of their nightmares. I have been fiddling with my fingers since we got here, my nerves slowly taking over me. There are so many knights. I pulled down the hood of my cloak to make sure that my face is concealed from them. Waltz suddenly reaches out to take my hand. He raises it to his lips. Aww. Well, hello there, handsome! Hello there! Hello, I like your ears. They're very nice. They're very ear-shaped. Why am I complimenting this man's ears? Oh shit, my mouse is in the way. There we go. I don't want my mouse in the screenshot. That'd be horrible. That'd be horrible. That'd be awful. That'd be god-awful. That'd be god-awful. That'd be a horrible screenshot, and I would cry. It'd be ruined. Ruined again. Waltz looks at me with a gentle smile. Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you. I'm not worried about myself. I'm more worried about the people's safety, as well as our friends. I will not forgive myself if something bad happens to them. You're not the only one responsible for protecting everyone here. Remember that I will always share your burden, Jaybird. I know, ... This burden is mine to carry. I know. I look up at him and smile. Thank you. I've told you so many times that I would do anything for you, Jaybird. I feel the same way. Waltz wraps his arms around my waist and draws me closer to him. Waltz? Oh my God! Jesus Christ! Why do I deserve? I don't know what I did to deserve this handsome boy. This handsome boy. This handsome boy. This waltz, my dude waltz. My waltz dude. My dude waltz. Do-do-do-do-do. 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 Do it healthy. Waltz takes my hand and plants a kiss on my fingers. That's not my finger. Well, a little bit. You worry too much, princess. Shut up! How I wish I could share your optimism. And his casualness. How does he manage to act like this in front of so many people and at so dire a time? The king is here! Yes, quite. A woman announces the king's presence, and Waltz and I immediately turn our attention to the stage. He takes a step away from me, arms at his side, expression suddenly stoic. Alcester walks to the center of the platform with the triumphant smile. Oh God.
Good day, my loyal subjects.
Everyone goes silent at the sound of his voice.
I know that much has happened in our kingdom since the late King Cinderella passed away.
He was killed.
We are still exerting our efforts to find the king's murderer, his very own daughter.
Sorry. I need to take this more seriously. Shut up.
Rest assured that justice shall find this criminal, even if she is our own princess. Anyone who is able to surrender her to the palace will be rewarded handsomely.
Members of the crowd begin to chatter amongst each other. Sorry. It hurts that people believe him, but I cannot say I blame them.
As your king, I will do everything in my power to make sure that the kingdom flourishes under my rule.
My, what a sight. Even after all these years, you humans never change. That voice. I frantically look around for her, but though her voice echoes around us, she is nowhere to be seen. Where is she hiding? The crowd grows restless at the sound of her voice. Many try to search for her with their eyes. You lot are nothing but manipulative, lying rodents. And yet you call us witches, the wicked ones. Oh no. A bright light fades into existence right beside Alcester. A silhouette emerges from the light, and suddenly I can see her in all her wicked glory. My mother, the witch who killed my father. Nithra stands behind her. She is here, clearly. Her sudden appearance causes the already restless crowd to break into a panic. Silence! One word from her and the crowd falls into silence. Not a single person dares to move, their eyes now glued to the witch in front of them. Alcester acts more quickly than I expected, drawing a sword from its sheath and pointing it at her neck.
You, what are you doing here?
You should be thankful that I let you play king for so long, but I am afraid playtime is over. That crown belongs to me. Mother faces the crowd with a smile and spreads her arms in a gesture of grandness. Angela, your queen is back. Mother is even paler than when I last saw her, making the dark circles stand out even more beneath her eyes. She looks worse than Parfait. Clearly.
I won't let you steal my crown, witch.
Oh? But I was not the one who stole it in the first place. Alcaster grits his teeth and charges toward Mother. Mithras deftly steps in front of her and casts the spell. Alcaster slams his sword into an invisible wall. Then, with a wave of Mithras' hand, Alcaster is suddenly thrown back. Once again, the crowd becomes restless. I've tolerated you for far too long, human. But right now, you are inconsequential. Sparkling icicle darts appear in midair as Mother raises her hand. They point outward, casting themselves in the direction of the townspeople. Oh god. She used this spell before, but now there are even more of them. She looks weak, yet she can still manage this much. She can easily destroy this part of town with that spell. I stare at Waltz, eyes wide, then lower my voice into a panicked whisper. I thought she was planning to kill Alcaster? Seems like the plans have changed. Farewell, my disloyal subjects. I cannot let her do this! Jaybird! I ignore Waltz and quickly run to the center of the crowd, knowing this will be the most effective place to set up a barrier. A strong gust of wind causes my hood to come off. Oh shit! This looks awesome as fuck! Achoo! I look awesome as fuck. I would smash. I'd smash myself. I don't care. This looks hot. I'm kidding. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Maybe. Would you smash the main character of this game? I would. 10 out of 10 would smash. She's hot. And I can say that. Leave me alone. I stretch out my arms as I concentrate on casting a shield around the entirety of the crowd. Isn't that the princess? Witch! I do my best to shut out everyone's voices as I push all of my energy toward the palms of my hands, imagining an impenetrable glass arching in front of us. As soon as I have cast the massive shield, the icicles shatter upon impact, falling away. Ooh! Nice! This is nice. I like this. I like this very much. I wince at the impact, but force myself to stand steady even when I am pushed back. I will not let you hurt anyone anymore, Mother. The crowd begins to murmur all around us. Ah, so you finally showed up, little one. It's good to see you again, my dear daughter. I knew I'd see some sort of reaction if I opened my speech like this. She did this to draw me out. Now be a good girl and hand over what is rightfully mine.
You won't get away with this, witch!
Alcaster is once again back on his feet, his sword poised and ready to strike. He cannot defeat Mother with a mere sword. Mother looks at Alcaster, a wide grin slowly parts her lips. But I already have. Oh no. Mother flicks her hand and a silver light begins to gather in her palm. I recognize that spell. As much as I hate Alcaster for what he has done to this kingdom, I cannot just stand idly by as she summons the spell to kill him. I push myself forward, rushing toward Alcaster. Alcaster, run! But I am too late. A second later, a sword of light appears and impales Alcaster right through his chest. Oh, gross. No! This time the crowd finally begins to disperse. People begin to push past each other, screaming and crying. Most of them are almost at the edges of the plaza before Mother casts another spell, creating a barrier to lock everyone inside. A strange wave of energy pulsates through my body, making me stumble. That's right. Feed me your fear. The people's negative energy is fueling the Tenebrarum. My eyes shift toward Mother, whose grin is deranged, inhumanely wide. A shiver runs down my spine. Mother, stop this madness! In In my moment of hesitation, Waltz rushes forward to cast a spell. Purple spikes run toward Mother, but she does nothing to stop them. Mithras effortlessly stands in front of her, casting a shield. The force of Waltz's spell sends him stumbling backward. I hear his shield crack. Mithras tries to keep it up, but ends up succumbing to the force of Waltz's spell. Eventually, the glass shatters, and the spikes force their way through. One of them impales Mithras through the chest. Ooh, nice. Fun times. Ugh! Mother glances at Waltz, her lips pulled into a pleased smile. Impressive! You can still use your magic, even after having been separated for so long. I expected no less from my superior apprentice. Mother turns to Mithras and raises her eyebrows slowly. You are still a disappointment, Myth. My queen. These are the last words he can manage before he stops speaking. Father! Fritz's voice echoes through the suddenly silent plaza. He rushes toward Alcaster, who has managed to walk a good distance away from Mother before he collapses to the ground. Soon Fritz is kneeling right beside Alcaster's bloody body. Jurin and Garland are right behind him. I am about to walk over to them, but Carmen holds my arm and pulls me back. Don't. But you do not want to set your eyes on such a grisly sight up close, Princess. Mother watches Fritz and the two knights approach with disinterest. This is his fate for trying to steal what is rightfully mine. Alcaster brings his hand to his mouth and coughs. I can see blood on his hands. Father's last moments flash through my head, but I will the memory away as Mother turns her gaze on me. Mother surveys me with a warm smile. She holds out her hand and beckons me over. Join me, Jaybird. We were meant to rule this kingdom hand in hand from the start. These humans do not deserve your protection. They deserve to suffer after everything they've done to our kind. I shake my head. I'd rather die than join you. What? Ungrateful brat! This is how you repay everything I've done for you? You have done nothing for me. Very well. If you wish for death, I shall give it to you. Once I am done with you, I will destroy this kingdom and start anew. It will be a kingdom for the witches and I. I will not let you do that. Mother is taken back by surprise when another purple spike suddenly pushes through the ground toward her. She steps back, avoiding the brunt of the attack, but her arm is still grazed. Blood oozes from a newly opened gash. Waltz! You'll have to get through me first! You can't stop me, traitor. Mother extends her hands, and in a mere moments, lightning has suddenly appeared and is winding its way up Waltz's body. No! When I have to run to Waltz, I rush toward him. Let him go! Jaybird, no, it's not safe. Mother, please don't hurt him. Mother looks at me and then to Waltz. Her lips slowly curl into a wicked grin. So this is what your relationship has become. My heart is in my throat as I draw closer to where they are. Let him go. I will do anything, just let him go. Anything? Mother's voice is terrible and sweet, her tone filled with poison. I cannot bring myself to look at her. Instead, I keep my eyes firmly focused on Waltz. When Waltz speaks my name, it is in the soft voice that I have come to love so dearly. Jaybird. If you wish so much to save him, then you must return what you have taken from me, the Crystallum Tenebrarum. And then you will become my sweet, obedient daughter once more. Only then will I let Waltz go. Waltz's eyes begin to dim, and I can see the hope draining out of him. I'm sorry, Waltz, but I cannot lose you too. You know where to find me, Jaybird. The longer you keep me waiting, the longer he suffers. There is a blinding flash of light, and then Mother and Waltz are both gone. No! A dull ache begins to spread through my chest. Again. I wasn't able to do anything again. Why am I so weak? Suddenly I feel Jurin's hand on my shoulder. I turn to look at her. She stares at me solemnly for a few moments before her expression breaks and she shakes her head. Don't blame yourself for this. There's nothing you could have done. I have to save him. Jurin looks through me and I follow her gaze. The people are starting to back away, their expression a mixture of fear and anger. This is exactly like 4 years ago.
What should we do now? That witch just killed the new king.
Everyone, it's best for you all to go home and stay there where you'll be safe.
Wait, and what? Wait until that witch kills us?
One woman points an accusing finger at me. Her fear is palpable.
That murderer is a witch as well! She's exactly like her mother!
A wicked witch!
The people begin to curse me. I stand quietly and listen to their insults. I cannot blame them for thinking this way. Karma moves to stand beside Jurin, and the two of them shield me from the angry masses. I doubt any of these people will listen to anything I have to say.
Stop!
A familiar man walks toward us with a gentle smile. You are...
Yes. You remember me? You helped make my daughter happy on her special day with your gift.
I am surprised when both he and his wife come to stand beside me. What are you doing?
I can finally properly repay you for what you've done.
The man smiles at me before turning his attention to the crowd.
We won't let you hurt the princess. Rumors may have spread about her being a cold and wicked person, but those rumors are false. I know the truth. She's truly a kind person. She just protected us from the evil queen. Have you no shame?
The angry shouting begins to fade into hushed accusations and aggressive whispering.
Have you seen that princess over there? She's a total fucking bitch. Oh, I know, right? Huh. That's right. We won't let you hurt Big Sister.
These are the children that Waltz and I played with. The ones that watched his shows. The children stand to my other side.
Big Sister is a very good person, and we won't let you hurt her.
I can only stare in shock at everyone around me. My vision blurs as tears come to my eyes. I quickly wipe them away with the back of my hand. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Everyone. A simple act of kindness can go a long way, can't it? These people believe in me. That is why I have to live up to their hopes. I take a deep breath and start walking forward. Jordan grabs my hand, her brow creasing with worry, but I shake my head at her and smile. I will be okay. Jordan looks at me for a few moments before she finally releases me. Now that I am directly in front of everyone, the area has quieted. I close my eyes and take another deep breath, slowly I get down on one knee before them. I am sorry. The crowd begins to murmur again. I can hear more than a few stifled gasps. Princess, you shouldn't... I raise a hand to silence Jiren. I once again look to the townspeople. I know my words are meaningless, but I still want to apologize for everything my mother has done, and also to the people I have hurt. I was blind and naive, ignoring the fear and anxiety of so many people. But I have grown since then, and now I see with clear eyes the hatred you have for my mother and for me. The crowd remains silent, so I continue. King Gennaro was killed by my mother, and I was not strong enough to save him. So yes, you are correct. I am the reason he is dead now. But I made a promise to him, and I intend to keep it. I will protect Angeli in his stead, and I hope that all of you will give me a chance to prove myself worthy as your princess and your future queen. I promise I will make things right again, no matter what it takes. I bow my head once again before standing. I then turn to Jurin and Karma. I notice that Fritz and Garland are absent, and that Alcaster is nowhere to be seen. Where are Garland and Fritz? They took Alcaster's body away from all of this. Body, you mean? He has passed. A heaviness begins to sink into my chest. Bloodshed will only beget more bloodshed. This is why I cannot let anyone die anymore.
Please do your best, Big Sister.
I am pulled out of my reverie by the voice of one of the little boys.
Let's play together again when you come back.
I'd stare at their smiling faces with bleary eyes. I do not even know if I will live through this, but I do not have the heart to ruin their optimism. I'd like that. I need them to keep hoping for a better tomorrow, so they will be strong enough to stand on their own feet if they must face the whole world. Jurin, tell Delora and Parfait what happened when they come back to the Marchen. What are you planning to do? Under no circumstances are you to go to that witch alone, am I clear? Waltz would not want you to sacrifice yourself for him. I step back and smile at her and Karma. I apologize for this. I back away toward the palace, putting as much distance as I can between me and the crowd, the platform, and Jurin and Karma and Jurin. Then, as swiftly as I can, I hold out my hand to cast a large dome-shaped shield around the palace and I. Oof. The energy is falling away from me even as I cast the spell, only to be replaced by new energy. The Tenenbaum is gaining power. No! Jurin rushes toward the shield and places her hands on it. She calls my name, but I only shake my head at her. Princess Jaber, do not be so foolish! No, I refuse to let anyone die. I can manage the shield for an hour. That should be good enough. That should be enough time to save Waltz and end this for good. I offer one last smile before I turn and rush through the palace gates. Oh shit! Jurin and Karma continue to call my name, but to no avail. I am sorry, everyone, but this is something that I must do on my own. This is the only way I can protect you all. Oh wow, so dramatic. Wow, okay. I expected resistance when I entered the palace, but to my surprise, there is no one here. Not a single soul. Everyone must have evacuated when Mother appeared outside. The stagnant air around me is suffocating. The night air is quiet and cold as death. My footsteps are very loud in the emptiness of the palace. If I give my powers to her voluntarily, will I die? This thought has haunted me since I first entered the palace. All too soon the doors to the throne room are before me. I pause in front of them, suddenly feeling anxious. There must be something else I can do besides submit to Mother. I need to find a way to protect Waltz and save Angeli from her. I clasp my hands together in a silent prayer. Father, please guide me. I take a deep breath and, with renewed determination, push open the doors. Chapter 10, The Brightest Star. Oh my god. I don't even know if I should keep going on or... You know what? Fuck it. I'll keep going on. It's gonna be the grand finale, folks. The grand finale of this game. It almost makes me sad to think about it. But anyways, when I enter the room, Mother is the first person I see. She is sitting so regally on the throne, but as I draw closer, I notice how pale she has become since I last saw her. My gaze shifts to Waltz, who is kneeling beside her like a loyal servant, a rope of light binding him in place. Waltz! Jaybird, you shouldn't have come here. Mother flicks her wrist, tightening Waltz's bounds. Hush now. My mind is racing as I desperately try to conjure a plan. If Waltz has yet to escape, it must be because his bindings are stopping him from using his magic. If I can just break Mother's concentration, perhaps I can free him. But how do I do that? A terrible pain travels through my chest and makes my heart throb. I put a hand to my chest and grimace. It feels as if some part of me has suddenly been severed. This feeling, could it be that the shield I built around the palace has been destroyed? Oh, it seems like we have visitors. Visitors? The door flies open and Parfait suddenly walks in, face stern. Delora strides in beside her. Why are you here? Everyone outside.
It's safe. Garland, Jurin, and Karma are doing their best to evacuate them to their homes. They will be safer there.
And then there's you. You did a very foolish thing, striding in here on your own. Ah, how sad. I had expected there to be more reinforcements, but it's just you two.
We don't need an army to stop you, Hildur.
Mother's lips curl into a tight frown. Bold words. But might I remind you that I am the one with the hostage? If I see any of you move a finger, I will end this boy's life. Mother turns to me once again and snickers. And I'm pretty sure my daughter here wouldn't like that, would you, love? My eyes meet Waltz's. He shakes his head at me, eyes gleaming with insistence. No doubt he'd want me to put myself over him. But I came here to save him. No matter how much I try to think myself out of this, it seems impossible. In the end, I am still weak. I am still useless. Now, where were we? Jaybird, don't do what she says. The rest of Dolores' words become muffled when Mother flicks her wrist and causes a glass wall to rise between us. Hilda! Dolores' voice sounds as if it is echoing from far away. Quiet. Parfait holds up her hand and magic begins to sparkle at her fingertips. Before she can form any sort of spell, Mother twirls her fingers and tightens Waltz's magic bindings. Waltz cries out in pain as he collapses to the floor. Waltz!
Hilda, please stop this.
Parfait approaches the glass wall and places a palm on top of it.
Are you not growing tired of this, Hilda? The humans have already suffered so much for what they have done in the past. Is that still not enough?
Humans are fickle creatures, and that is why they cannot be trusted. Nothing can ever change how I perceive them anymore, Faye. There is a shadow of sadness on Mother's face, but it is only momentary. I cherished the humans, even respected them, yet they destroyed my kind out of fear for some silly story. If it had not been for that human bard, it would never have come to this.
Hans already paid dearly for his mistakes when the witch murdered him. But you know just as well as I that he was trying to mend his mistakes.
Mother stomps her feet on the floor with a scowl. His death has changed nothing!
Hilda!
Silence, Faye. You will never understand the feeling of being feared and hated. Mother turns to me again, her eyes cold. Now, are you ready to return what is rightfully mine, Jaybird? I look at Parfait and Delora, and then at Waltz. I cannot give my powers back to Mother, not when I know what she will do when she is a Tenenbearer once again. But I cannot let her kill Waltz either. If these fools here had not changed you, I would have no qualms about letting you remain the Tenenbearer. I raised you to be the perfect queen. All that I did to prepare you for the crown. Mother knows best. Mother, that's it. If I can pretend that I am on her side, then maybe I can buy enough time to save Waltz. Maybe Parfait will come up with an idea. I glance at Waltz. My heart aches when our gazes meet once again. Forgive me, Waltz, but this is the only plan I have right now. I take a deep breath as I face Mother once again. You are right. I should have listened to you. I want to go back to the way we were, Mother. What are you doing? Jaybird! I ignore Waltz and Dolores' voices and only focus on Mother. You have always been right, Mother. Remember the disdained looks the people gave me earlier. Even after I saved everyone, they still wished I would die. I was so scared. Yes, now you see. I only wanted to protect you from those cruel humans, my daughter. You kept me away from everyone. I was alone. I am sorry, Mother. I am really sorry. I'm sorry, but you need to go back to sleep forever. Only then do I realize that I'm crying. Not because I need her forgiveness, but because there's no helping her. The only way to help my mother is to make her disappear. She cannot be saved anymore. I just wanted to be loved and accepted. Mother stands up from the throne and slowly walks toward me, her arms spread. And in my arms you will always be.
Jaybird, the Marchant accepted you for who you are.
No. You were all forced to accept me because you knew what would happen if I stayed the way I was. You were afraid that I would end up like Mother.
Jaybird.
You were right. I am like my mother. We are related by blood, after all. You are right, Jaybird. You are sweet and perfect, and wonderfully obedient, as any daughter ought to be. I was blinded by the Martian's lies once, but I now realize that no one loves me as much as you do, Mother. Jaybird. The pain in Waltz's voice is unbearable, but I do not look at him. I do not flinch away when Mother stops in front of me and wraps her arms around me. Gone is the warmth I thought I felt whenever she hugged me. Right now, Mother's embrace is as cold as ice. Will you still accept me, Mother? Of course, Jaybird. When Mother pulls back, the smile on her face is bright and beautiful. This is how I remember her. Filled with love for me. I knew you would return to me. There are so many things I have planned for the two of us, but you need to prove yourself worthy of my love and trust once more. What? Mother's eyes gleam. Prove to me that you choose me, my darling. Mother turns around and gestures to Waltz. Kill the traitor. My heart sinks. This wasn't part of the plan. What should I do now? I know that one offensive spell, but I do not want to hurt Waltz. But you haven't perfected it yet. But what you can do is enough to hurt and paralyze your enemy for a short time. I can pretend to cast it on Waltz and direct it at Mother. Waltz told me before that it is impossible to cast two shields at the same time. Mother already has one shield up, so she cannot cast another shield on herself unless she dispels the first. But with the two of us being so close, I am likely to hurt myself as well. I close my eyes, mind set. This is not the time to worry about myself. I just have to hope that this opening is big enough to give everyone the opportunity that they need. For you, Mother, I will do anything. Extend my hand and allow the energy to gather my fingertips. Impressive that you were able to learn this deadly and painful magic in such a short span of time. This spell will be a befitting end for the traitor.
Jaybird, don't!
Parfait attempts to break down the glass wall separating us with the spell, but it only cracks the surface. By the time you destroy that wall, it will be too late, Faye. You can't do this, Jaybird! Delora has now joined Parfait in trying to destroy the wall that Mother has built. Ignore them and focus back on my spell until I feel that familiar current of energy pulsating my arms. It is ready. Now say goodbye to that traitor. Goodbye. I hold my hand to Mother just as I release the energy. Mother. I do not give Mother any time to react. The electricity crackles in the air just as the spell makes contact with her body. Because we are so close to each other, I too feel the impact of the electricity as it trickles through me. I collapse on the ground, tears in my eyes. It hurts so much! Jaybird! How could you do this, Jaybird? I blink away my tears to see Mother lying on the floor opposite me, her face filled with rage as she looks at me. Out the corner of my eyes, I notice that the glass wall has disappeared and Waltz is already on his way toward me. The bindings made of light are gone. Waltz lifts me up and then moves to one of the corners of the room. The sensation of pain spreading throughout my body is like being pricked with hundreds of needles. Ooh, gross! Waltz tucks my hair back, his features creased with worry. Parfait walks to where Mother is and casts a binding spell around her while Delora rushes to my side. That was a dangerous stunt you pulled, Jaybird. It was the only thing I could think of. I blink away tears as I feel another fit of pain. This is all I could manage. Jaybird, hang in there. I look at Parfait with pleading eyes. Parfait, please end this. Please save Mother from herself. Parfait slowly stands and walks toward Mother. I was the only one who truly loved you, Jaybird, yet you did this to me. Do you really think these fools cared about you as much as I did? No, you are wrong. I had people who loved me, but you took them away from me. I refuse to let you steal away any more of them. Parfait stretches out her hand. Her whole body begins to emit a soft glow.
Wish it didn't have to end this way, Hilda.
You are making a big mistake protecting the humans who destroyed my kind, Faye.
You are no different than those humans, Hilda. Violence does not beget more violence.
I can feel the tears on my cheeks as I look at Mother's still form. Jaybird, you don't have to see this. But Waltz puts a hand over my eyes, blinding me. You've already seen enough darkness. I can feel an explosion of energy around me. A chilling current runs through the air, carrying Mother's screams to my ears. A soft energy begins to flow through my body. Mother's powers from the Tenenbaum. Mother is gone. When Waltz draws his hand away and I am able to glance at where Mother was just moments ago, there's nothing but specks of silver dust. Parfait stands over the ashes, crying.
I'm so sorry.
Another shock wave of pain courses through my body. This time, I feel it attack my consciousness. I feel myself fading away. Jaybird! Let me sleep, just for a little while. And then I died. One day you will become a queen, my love.
Just like Mother?
Yes, just like me.
Will you be there when I become queen?
Of course, I will always be by your side.
Forever?
Forever.
I love you, Mother.
I love you too, Jaybird.
Aw, that's so sad. Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry. Oh, God.
When I open my eyes, the first thing I see is Walt. He's leaning over me, anxiety clearly etched onto his face. Walt? Thank goodness you're finally awake. I slowly inspect my surroundings, only to realize that I'm back in my old room at the Marchen. I try to remember how I got here, but my memories are hazy. What happened? You passed out and have been sleeping for 3 days. 3 days? I pushed myself up on the bed and wince. My body is unusually heavy. Waltz places his hands on my shoulders and gently eases me back onto the pillows. You're still weak. You need to rest more. I close my eyes and try to remember what happened. That's right. I was trying to save Waltz from Mother. Parfait and Delora came to save us, and then it is over. I open my eyes and stare at Waltz. Right? Waltz reaches for my hand, smiling as he gently squeezes it. Yes. My vision blurs as tears begin to sting my eyes. I hope Mother is in a better place now. A place where she doesn't have to suffer anymore. Waltz leans over and kisses my forehead. I'm sure she is. Waltz begins to fill me in on the details of everything that transpired after I passed out. Alcester was officially declared dead. At first there was a commotion as the people considered what Mother would do now that she wore the crown. Their worries only stopped when they found out Mother was truly gone. Fritz was locked up on account of being a possible danger to everyone. Everyone has been waiting for a verdict from me to decide what to do with him. I fall asleep not long after Waltz's explanation. Wow, stop falling asleep. When I open my eyes again, I am alone in my room. I shiver as I sit up, head foggy. I rub my hands over my arms in an attempt to will away some of the cold. Something feels off. I slowly step out of bed and begin to head for the door. Before I even lay my hand on the knob, the door opens on its own.
Oh, you're finally awake.
Parfait.
I don't think you should be up and about right now. You should still be resting.
Parfait leads me back to the bed.
How are you feeling?
I look at Parfait's face and realize how paper white her skin has become. The circles under her eyes are even darker than they were before. Tired, but I will be fine. But you do not look well.
I will be fine. I wanted to talk to you today I wanted to talk to you today if you're feeling up to listening.
What is this all about?
I wanted to apologize for forcing you to shoulder the heavy burden caused by our mistakes, both Hilder's and mine. Back then I did not have the heart to stop Hilder. If I had only defeated her back then none of this would have happened.
Parfait reaches out and cups my face in her hands.
Your dedication and kindness saved us all, Jaybird. The future will be brighter with you as the Tenenbaum's bearer.
But what if I become corrupted by the darkness? What if... Parfait places a finger on my lips and smiles.
No, you are different, Jaybird. Unlike Hilder, you are surrounded by people who love you. Those people are filled with light that will drive away away whatever darkness invades your heart. That's why I know that you'll be alright.
Parfait smiles at me gently. It is a beautiful, shining smile, one that glows faint even as I begin to notice that the rest of Parfait's body is fading. Oh God, no. Parfait, your body is... Parfait's smile becomes melancholy.
I thought it would start to disappear soon.
My heart aches as I hold tight to Parfait's arm with shaking hands. What are you saying?
The reason witches do not age physically and live longer, but that does not mean we are perfectly immortal. The body can only take so much damage before it finally withers away.
But you cannot disappear. But you can disappear. You said before you had no heir.
Because that is what I wanted everyone to believe. Don't worry, Jaybird. When I'm gone now, one of my relatives will take over the responsibilities of bearer.
Tears well up in my eyes as I stare at Parfait. I've already lost too many people, Parfait. I cannot lose you too. We were going to work together to bring back balance between the crystals. You still have so much to teach me.
I'm sorry, Jaybird. I would have loved to stay with you a bit longer, but my time here is up.
Parfait continues to grow more transition, even as my hands slip through her arms. I try to reach for her again, but I can no longer touch her. Parfait!
I already said my farewells to everyone else earlier. You are the last and most important person I must say goodbye to. Thank you for putting everything to rest, Jaybird.
Parfait closes her eyes, her lips still curled into a gentle smile even as she begins to fade into pure light. Parfait, no! I reach for her again, but when I pull my hands back, they are covered in golden dust. The gentle dust floats in the air before me where Parfait was moments ago.
Be strong and kind. Be strong and be kind, Jaybird.
Oh God, why? Everyone's dying! A few days after Parfait's passing, I went back to my training. My goal was to expel everyone's fairy tale curses once and for all. After more than a week of intensive training with Waltz and Delora, I am able to completely dispel the fairy tale curse from the crystal in Tenebrarum. Now the fairy tale curse is non-existent and cannot be cast again in Angeli. This is only one of the first steps I take in dismantling all of the damage Mother has done, but it is a step forward. And now, with that done, it is time to return to the palace. I feel it is time to return to the palace. As the only blood heir to the throne, I have a responsibility to uphold and a promise to fulfill. Ophelia, Rod, and Emmeline returned to the palace a couple of days ago. Jern and Gerlin went with them so that they could act as security. Fritz has been pardoned and now resumes his duties at the palace, only he is no longer my personal knight. I opted to stay behind so I could spend one last day with everyone in the tavern. Now as I stand here in the tavern, I realize how many friends I have made over the last few months. I never thought I would be so sad to part from all of these people, but now that everything is back to normal, we have no reason to stay in the marching together day in and out. Annis, are you sure you don't want to try working in the palace again? You would make a wonderful royal chef.
Thank you so much for the offer, Princess, but as much as I'd love to cook, I think I prefer working more with medicine. I would like to train under Chevalier so one day I can become a doctor.
I look at Rumpel, Chevalier, as he flashes a smile at me. When his curse was dispelled, he remembered his real name, Chevalier. It had been difficult to get used to it. Not only that, but his personality has mellowed somewhat. Take good care of Annis. But of course. And I hope next time we meet, you will try not to flirt with me. Not try to flirt with me. Chevalier snorts and crosses his arms, but I see a hint of mischief as he smiles. I'll try my best, though I make no promises. I roll my eyes at him and he responds with an easy laugh. I too am soon laughing along with him. Ah, laughing princess, what a sight for sore eyes! This will definitely take some getting used to. I scowl at him. Seeing you in men's clothing will take some getting used to as well. Well, try your best not to fall for my handsome face. Right. So, what are you planning to do? Carmel looks away and rubs the back of his neck. Well, I'll go back to my kingdom and hope that I don't find my name on a gravestone. Either way, I have a lot of explaining to do. Delora, where will you go now? Well, for starters, I plan on talking to all the good witches I know who are still in hiding. I'm sure they'll be happy to know that they can finally come back to Angeli. They'll be even happier to know we have a capable leader. Capable... Bearer, sorry. Said leader. Bearer. Whatever. My heart sinks as I remember Parfait. If she were still here, she would be talking about how we both need to do our best to maintain the balance between the crystals. What if I fail at being a capable bearer? Impossible, especially with Waltz there by your side. Oh, but speaking of which, where is Waltz? All of us glanced around at the circle. He had left so quietly none of us had even realized. I'll go look for him. I moved first to the forest, feeling that he might be in there seeking some kind of quiet solace. Sure enough, I find him there staring up at the sky with his eyes full of melancholy. Waltz? Oh! Hi there, little star. Are we leaving now? We will be leaving soon. You suddenly disappeared, so I came to look for you. Waltz's lips tug into a smile tinged with sadness. Sorry, I just thought the sky was so clear today. I had to come out and marvel at it. That is not a very convincing lie. Waltz looks up again, his smile slipping. Waltz, are you alright? Really alright? I'm a little sad. Sad? Hilda killed my family when I was still young. I've been yearning to be part of a family again ever since then. When we became friends so long ago, you were the closest thing to the family I had. When we were pulled apart, I met Lady Parfait and was accepted at the Marchen. Now that it's time to leave everyone, I realize how sad I am. I've lived here since I was first cursed. Everyone in the Marchen has become my family. I move to stand beside him, then reach out to take his hand. His fingers weave their way through mine. I owe Lady Parfait so much. She gave me a family and reunited us. I owe her a lot too. Waltz turns to me and smiles. Sorry if I worried you. Shall we go back to the palace now? The palace? Not before you say your own goodbyes. I was planning on it. I just had to compose myself out here first. Compose? It's hard to imagine Waltz in tears. Well then, we will say our goodbyes and then you can open one of your portals. How about we walk to the palace? I shrink back at his suggestion. You know how much the townspeople despise me. I know it is important that I build a relationship with them before I become their new queen, but I do not think I am ready for that yet. Waltz's smile is reassuring. Oh, but I have something important to show you in town. Are you gonna propose to me or something? Something important? You'll see when we get there. But Waltz brings my hand to his lips and kisses my knuckles. I'll be by your side, little star, so there's nothing to fear. I stare at Waltz for a few moments before finally nodding my head. I'm suspicious! Okay. This is very suspicious, okay? We return to the Marchen temporarily to say our final farewells. After that, Waltz and I walk into town in silence. I am in awe as we enter the plaza. I notice immediately that something is different. There are lily decorations hanging all around the square and through the streets. I wonder why all these lilies are here. The people in the immediate vicinity turn to look at me, their conversation going silent as they notice me. It is as I thought. Of course they still fear me.
Big sister!
I turn at the sound of the voice and notice one of the little girls that I played with once before running toward us. She almost makes it to us before a woman I assume to be her mother pulls her back. I am surprised when the mother hands her daughter a bouquet of lilies and whispers something to her before releasing her. The little girl nods before running up to me. I bend down so that we are eye level and am shocked when she suddenly throws her arms around my neck.
Thank you, big sister.
The girl pulls back and hands me the bouquet of lilies.
My mama says thank you as well.
I stare at her, still baffled, before glancing at her mother. The woman nods to me, then dips into a soft bow. I take the bouquet from the girl and stand up. I can only stare on, still shocked, as more townspeople approach me with lilies in their hands. What the fuck? Waltz, what is going on? This is what I wanted to show you. Huh? The townspeople have been planning this for days. They asked me to make sure that you passed through the town on this day so that they could give you their message. Message? I turned back to the people gathered around me and noticed that they are all still holding the flowers with bright smiles on their faces. The silence is gone, replaced by excited chattering and bright laughter. On the count of 3. He starts counting, and at the end of his countdown, the townsfolk throw the flowers up into the air. The delicate petals flutter down on Waltz and I, showering us in gentle color. Then all at once they begin to say the same phrase, their voices mingling to create the most harmonious and overwhelming greeting I have ever received. Thank you! You risked your life to save all of us despite how we treated you. We misjudged you, Your Highness. Please forgive us.
We knew we had to give you a grand thank you for all that you've done for us, so we planned this.
So the lily decorations. They're a celebration of you, the soon-to-be queen. I feel tears gathering in my eyes, and I quickly wipe them away with the back of my hand. But there is nothing to apologize for. I was the one at fault.
We judged you harshly, and we had no right to.
The past doesn't matter anymore. We've all decided to change for the better. From now on, you have our full cooperation.
From now on, you have our full cooperation. Just as we helped the previous king, so too shall we help you, Your Highness.
Everyone, thank you. I will do my best to continue the reign of peace my father started. The people's eyes are filled with hope as they hand over lily bouquets. My hands are quickly filled, and Waltz ends up having to take the majority of them. We continue toward the palace, the crowd cheering behind us. Oh. It has been 2 months since I returned to the palace. Since then, I have been working non-stop so that I can better familiarize myself with running a kingdom. I have been studying day and night, trying to broaden my knowledge of the kingdom. I've had help from many people, and I have come a long way. Today, I was officially crowned the new Queen of Angelou. My determination has only grown since then. I have been trying to take my responsibilities as seriously as I possibly can. But for the time being, I have space to breathe. A dinner celebration has been planned for tonight, and I am on my way to my room to prepare. Everyone will be there. I cannot wait to see them again.
Jaybird!
I turn to see Emmeline running toward me. I notice that Rod is trailing behind her. What's the matter? You seem to be in a hurry.
What's the matter? The party's in a few hours and you still are not dressed!
This really isn't so dire a circumstance. It has been months, but it is still so strange to hear Rod's voice actually coming from his own mouth.
Please calm down, Emmeline.
Even though Rod has his voice back, he still keeps Sebby with him. The stuffed rabbit sometimes throws in little comments here and there.
But it isn't! This event is very important!
It will not take me 2 hours to prepare, Emmeline.
But it might! You're the new queen now, and you must look regal in that!
I raise an eyebrow at her. 2 hours is a little excessive, and I am not planning to do anything overly special tonight.
Don't you want to at least look pretty for once?
Sorry.
What are you talking about? Mother and I want to make you shine so bright Waltz won't be able to take his eyes off of you.
Emmeline.
I won't take no for an answer this time.
She turns to Rod with a mischievous grin.
Will it be done soon? I'll see you later, Rod.
Without waiting for my reply, Emmeline grabs my hands and pulls me into my room. And with that, I am done. I cannot believe it took so long just to put on makeup. I did not think making myself up like this would be enjoyable, but doing this with Ophelia and Emmeline was fun.
You look so beautiful, Jaybird. You really do look like the part of a queen. Of queen.
Isn't this too much? Not at all. You should take pride in doing yourself up like this sometimes. You have a lovely face, Jaybird. If you insist.
Now that we've helped you, we need to help ourselves! The celebration is just around the corner!
I like how we don't see ourselves right now. We'll see you later, dear. Ophelia, M? They both stop right in front of the door. Thank you for everything. Of course, this is what families do, Jaybird. The two smile at me one last time before they exit the room. I stand up and head for the balcony. The cool air is refreshing on my skin. Father, if you had also been here, tonight would have been perfect. Jaybird, come in. I've come to let you know that everyone has arrived early. Waltz comes into an abrupt stop when he sees me. He openly stares at me, mouth slightly open in awe. My face warms up. What? Waltz turns his face away. His face deep red. Oh no! You look beautiful tonight. Thank you. A gentle smile forms on Waltz's lips as he approaches. He stops in front of me, gently tracing my cheek with one of his fingers. His touch leaves a trail of warmth on my cool skin. My star is shining brighter tonight. Waltz holds out his hand. May I have this dance, my lady? My lady? I cannot help but giggle as I place my hand in his. Before the dance even starts, Waltz has suddenly wrapped an arm around my waist. He tilts me downward with a smile. Oh my God! Yes! Pardon me, I'm squealing like a little girl. Well, I mean, I kind of am. To be technical here, I kind of am. Shut up! Leave me alone! I'm gonna cry. Oh my God, I can't believe it. This is the end, guys. Waltz draws closer to me, his lips pulling up into a mischievous smile. Or mischievous. I'm lucky to be the first man to see you tonight, but I don't like the idea of other men seeing you as you are. I'm going to be awfully jealous. I give him a teasing smile. Are you worried that someone will take me away from you? Not really, should I be? You know my feelings for you will never change. And you know that I will always love you no matter what. The two of us are frozen in time. I feel I could stand here looking into Waltz's eyes like this forever. I love you, Jaybird. I love you too, Waltz. Oh, God. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I love this game so much. I can't believe that I'm done playing it. I can't believe it. I did everything. It took me over a year to complete. Can you believe it? And now it's just finally time to say goodbye. And I love this route so much. This route was so good. No wonder why it was suggested that it's played last. No wonder. This is the best ending so far. Even though everyone died. A lot of people died. Even though a lot of people died. It's still a happy ending. Oh. I'm actually trying to cry because I'm actually sad that I won't be able to play this game anymore. I feel like this game has helped me grow as a person, maybe. I don't know. It's so sad that I'm done with this game. Maybe on my own I'll just go back and play the bad endings so then I can cry about that on my own. Oh. Do you see the pixels in that image though? Come on. Oh. Wow. I'm... Oh. God. Now I... Oh. it's gonna be tough to find a new game to like replace Sunday gameplays with now. Wow, I hope I find another game just as good as this one. Oh. Also, I have to pee, but that's besides the point that I was trying to make. If I was making a point at all. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a princess. Oh my god. She was known as the Ice Princess, named for her frigid heart and unyielding coldness towards others. The princess shunned all who sought to help her. She was scared to go out to the world, so she locked herself in the castle. And then one day, the Ice Princess became the victim of the infamous fairy tale curse and was forced to go from riches to rags. As the princess struggled to come to terms with her new life, she met a very special man. The two endured such much strife, helping each other overcome various ordeals. In the end, they emerged victorious. The special man thawed the princess's ice-cold heart and dried her damned spirits. The two vowed to love each other for the rest of time. Aww. They lived happily ever after. Aww. But what happens after happily ever after? What? I don't know. Are you ready to go, Jaybird? What? I'm coming! What? Sorry for keeping you waiting. Can I take a picture of this? Please let me take a picture of this. Now, shall we go? No, I want to take a picture! Let me take a picture! No! Aww, you assholes. Why didn't you let me take a picture? I wanted a picture of that! Oh my god, this is an hour long. I wanted a picture of that, god damn it. God fucking damn it. I wanted a picture. But, wow. This was emotional. This was an emotional roller coaster, god damn it. Achievement unlocked, happily ever after, woo! I got everyone. Well, guys, that's gonna be it for this game, Cinderella Phenomenon! Oh my god, I can't believe it's gone. And I did it. We did it. Well, guys, that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Cinderella Phenomenon and can't wait for the next game, then leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye! Oh god, it's over!